Welcome to 5 Minute Webinars. Remember to tweet your questions or comments to hashtag 5 minutes. I'm your host, Mick Jolly. Our presenter today is Renee Hinks with a presentation on Think, Think, Think. Renee, tell us about your big idea.
Thank you very much, Mick. It's about thinking past your idea. A lot of people get their idea into position, but they don't really do anything other than, keep it to themselves. And the very biggest point that you have to do, first of all, is to get it out. You've got to use the trusted ally and start talking about your idea, first of all, okay? So how do you get to that point? The first thing that you do is you need to get to a quiet place, and you need to be able to think clearly. So obviously, if you have kids, family, a lot of business noise in the corporate world, you need to have some time, whether you take a bike ride, going out to the beach, if you had the advantage like I used to, you go out and enjoy yourself in that manner and just peaceably think about your idea. Be focused in your idea about what it is that you want to do and how do you plan on getting it out to the world, okay? So basically let people know too as well, like I said, your trusted allies. So on the next slide, the main thing that we want to talk about today in your idea is fear. That is the biggest problem when anyone has any idea for anything. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're a CEO of corporate America, if you're a billionaire with many companies under your belt like Richard Branson. Everyone faces fear. But what you have to do is you have to move outside of your comfort zone. You have to think about rationally, because fear is not rational, and you have to think about, okay, is this idea going to be feasible? What am I afraid of? What are the what ifs? What if what? And then you analyze that. Okay, well, that's not going to happen. The likelihood of that happening. So most of your fears are not going to be realized anyway. So you have to move past that fear. So mainly your thoughts, the way that you feel about yourself, plays into a huge factor of your ideas and getting your ideas out there. If you are negative and you do negative self-talk, like who would want my product or service, I don't really know of anyone that would like it. That is the biggest hurdle that you have to overcome, way more than who's going to buy your product. First of all, you have to convince yourself. So just because you have a good idea, then you have these fears that set in that most of the time move for execution. For example, there's a man named Dave Lindahl that's very, very successful in multifamily units in the residential real estate world. And he made a comment that he wanted to execute on a multifamily unit, but it took him 9 months to actually make the execution, and it was because of fear. But then after that, after he did the one deal, then it was like a domino effect. And then now he's very successful, multimillionaire, doing what he does, and he teaches others how to do it for, I think, about 11 years now. And so that's the major factor, is getting over the fear. There's tons of books out there. There's tons of mentors that will teach you how to get over your fear. Anthony Robbins is a perfect example of somebody that can help you do that. I highly advise going to YouTube and searching him, checking him out. He can get you over that. But mainly, it's all about your execution. You're the one inside of your own skin, and you're the one that's going to have to actually execute. So people can tell you all day long, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to do it. So on the next slide, okay, the path to success is to take massive, determined action. Just like I stated before in the previous slide, Anthony Robbins, I cannot get over how many times that he has made the comment about execution, massive action. So you have to, number one, you have to create your atmosphere. You have to organize your idea, and then you have to take massive action. So a lot of people get caught up into the perfection of the idea, to get it perfect, and when it's perfect, then they'll execute. That was a lot of my problem for many years with products and services that I've had in previous years. But one thing I learned was, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be good, okay? The idea, the concept, the product, the service, get it thought out, and then get it out there. And then let your customers, by the feedback that they give to you, perfect it. Then you go back, repeat the process. It's like the 5-minute fact here says, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. That's 100% true.
Thank you so much. Very good. And they can visit you at solidssolutionstoday.com. Renee, thank you very much. Remember, tweet your questions or comments to hashtag 5 minutes, and we'll see you on the other side.